Did I not? Oh, I did. Okay, good. I was gonna feel silly if I didn't post it with the picture. Alright. Hello everyone, I'm AD Springer, also known as Corbinian. This is the Electric Metropolis video game tour, and today we are playing another episode of Star Trek Survey Expedition Delta, Adventures of the USS Bonaventure in the Dawnland Fringe. And we open up with a Navigator's Log. And this is a 2-threat game for the record.
Good. Navigator's Log, stardate 12892.2. A month has passed since our recent diplomatic outing. The Folk Confederation has established formal diplomatic contact with the United Federation of Planets, and treaty talks are currently ongoing aboard MSO Wollastok, with a Pact of Non-Aggression signed as a prelude to future talks. Very promising indeed. The Federation is still in debates as to how best to approach a problem raised at the very end of our initial meeting, which has come to be known as the Sacred Meeting. Needless to say, the Federation has become aware of the Breen, a previously unknown species who is possibly a slaver or an unknown criminal element of a wider species. Survey Expedition Delta is currently unsure. Currently, the Federation has no intentions to directly engage with the Breen species without further information about them or their intentions. Instead, we've been tasked with investigating the Breen in the Dawnland Fringe and seeking out legitimate contact with the Breen government, should any exist. The Folk Confederation themselves consider general hostile conflict with the Breen, as Breen starships that they've encountered in the Dawnland Fringe have been hostile on contact or have attempted raids on planets where their folk are easily located. The Confederation have learned to evade or engage in asymmetric warfare with the Breen, and according to them, they don't have multi-species crews, but mercenary and privateer ships within the Dawnland Fringe that are operating on their behalf. Very troubling across the board. In better news, the USS Margaret Brooke, a Sydney class with a history of lucky escapes and daring missions, has joined the survey expedition. Its first mission is to supply the USS Bonaventure with fresh new crew, supplies, and act as logistical backup to our current mission. Even better news, in spirit of the previously mentioned cooperation, the Folk Confederation have sent the starfolk Loon, who is considered their preeminent expert on navigation, to aid us in our mission. So much is yet to be uncovered out here in the expanses of the Dawnland Fringe. I can't wait to map all of it. End log. And now on the bridge.
Just loading.
Loading.
This map has so many assets. It takes like 40 seconds to load.
Yeah, it's great.
It's impressive, but also it does flicker and chug.
It's not the Fabio Ultima map.
Oh my god. That map is something else entirely.
where every hex has an asset. It's a map of an entire hemisphere of a planet, basically.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like a whole world map, and every hex has an asset on it.
Or more, because it might have little villages on it, or like pin markers or whatever. And they're all color coded, so that adds an extra bit of processing for it.
It is. Yep. Ooh. God, that thing take like upwards of 2 minutes to load on me before.
Making things into one layer? No.
But sight unseen, does the doctor or the Deca head down, or do you send someone else in the support staff to go say hi?
I'd be going down because this is their navigations person, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or is yeah,
they're navigation expert. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Doctor will head down as well. What's the crew status of this person?
They are a foreign observer.
All right.
So they don't have they're just civilian crew essentially.
Mm-hmm.
And as the two of you wait, you see the figure of Loon beam onto the pad. A person who Deca has met before. You met her at the lake edge during the secret meeting a month ago.
Yeah.
You just never learned her name at the time.
Yeah. I had a character had.
You had something.
Oh, that was on my end. Deca, we lost you after out of character.
Uh-oh.
I hit a button. I hit a button that muted myself. That was entirely my fault. I said I had a feeling out of character, but this confirmed it. Cool. In which case she materializes and Deca says, "Oh, it is you."
Greetings, and you as well, Commander.
Dr. Alithia, pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Loon of the Folk Confederation, I suppose.
Welcome on board the USS Bonaventure.
Indeed.
I will say the ship layout between the ships of the Margaret Brooke and the Bonaventure are remarkably different, even just from not just externally, but even the internals as well. This seems a little more spacious.
Yeah, different operational focuses. Different construction yards, too, I believe, although the lieutenant would know more about that than I do.
Yes. Also, as far as I'm aware, the Constellation class is a newer class of ship than the Sydney, even if it's not by a ton, right?
Yeah. Sydney class has been in service for a little over almost 2 decades now.
Okay. Whereas the Constellation is like a few years old, if that.
Mm-hmm. I believe so.
Okay. Yes, well, the Constellation class is one of the newer classes of ships. Relatively fresh off the line, as it were.
Yeah, 2285, you see, the ship's no more, it couldn't be any more than 10 years old. It's 11 years old at most. But, yes, well, how would you like me to be situated aboard your ship?
Yes.
We have quarters that we could take you to if you'd like, or we can give you a tour of the ship first.
I leave it to your traditions and customs.
Well, do you have any things?
Looking upon her person, you do see that she has a backpack that seems stuffed but rather compact all the same. You can even see like a little roll of some sort of bedroll on about the back of her head. You can see what looks to be collapsed tent poles along one side. And she underneath that there seems to be a cape that or a cloak that seems to be pinned against her back. And she's wearing what clearly looks like something one would wear for an away mission if you were going to be hiking for a very long time. You don't see any sign of a communicator or weapon on her person. Oh, I take that back. You do see what looks to be some sort of dagger or knife at her belt.
Okay.
I
That's
have
reasonable.
everything I need with me.
Okay.
Though once we find my quarters, I can, or once I'm given to them or assigned them, I can unpack them as needed.
Uh, that might be a good first stop then. Just leave your things off. Then we can give a proper tour.
Very well. And she looks between the two of you.
This way. And I'll lead us over to probably a turbolift, and then take turbolift to guest quarters.
Do you follow along, Deca?
Oh yeah, yeah.
A few people give Loon a bit of a look because she looks like she's prepped for an away mission, but she's walking away from the transporters or the shuttle bay. So that's odd, but okay. I have duties to attend to. On I go.
And we're also like at warp right now, right? Or are we at rest as we're meeting with the Margaret Brooke?
You're at rest now. You're just doing the exchange of people. Like after you left, there's more people coming and going. People transferring off. People transferring on. Goods being moved back and forth.
Yeah, presumably the captain has like people to meet with.
Yeah. Actually, I'll pull the captain into the ready room because that's where he probably is.
He's meeting with other people that aren't Loon.
Mm-hmm. Doing onboarding for new crew. Exit interviews with Atrum for everyone who's choosing to leave.
You come upon the quarter doors. Loon gives them a look.
I'll kind of half gesture, half reach towards the like door controls. Here you've got your standard Starfleet Federation door controls. Here, here, and here. You shouldn't need anything beyond the basic access, lock, unlock.
Oh, these don't use the colored key code gems. These use a lettering and symbology system. Oh, okay.
Yes.
As you remember that the Sydney class is just at the tail end of the previous era of ships.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And she taps at it to open the door. Walks in. Sets her bag down and starts unloading it a bit and unfurling the various things that are in there.
I take it the quarters are satisfactory then?
Yes, actually. They are. I was expecting a bunk, but I am glad to have my own bed.
That is a nice feature of some of the newer ships. I remember when it was only the captains and maybe a couple bridge staff who got their own quarters, but ships in Starfleet are getting bigger over these last few decades.
To wonder is the need of such large vessels to traverse the stars. The Folk Confederation have always found themselves, or the River Folk in particular, have always found traveling in smaller ships far more nimble and quicker along the Great River.
Nimble and quick, certainly, but there's something to the Starfleet lifestyle that I think lends itself to people who want to make a more long-term home for themselves and a community out on ships and stations.
I suppose you are planning on actually staying on your ships for a long period of time. The crew aboard the Margaret Brooke said much the same, that some ships spend even years in open space.
Yes, one of the most famous ships in our recent history was known for its 5-year mission.
5 years without returning home, without seeing friendly fires and friendly faces. I suppose at some point you have to bring it with you.
Exactly. A different philosophy, certainly.
And not all ships within Starfleet are to that extreme.
I think you'll find more people with that particular psychology here in Survey Expedition Delta, since we are rather far from the Federation's core. Many people out here are here for a love of that spirit of constant movement.
Indeed, it's a desire that underpins much of the Medusan way of life.
All right. And you wanted to give me a tour of your ship, was it?
Oh, yes, of course. Um, I don't know if you were interested in seeing the astrometric facilities first, uh, considering our mutual love of navigation, or if you'd rather see some of the other facilities.
You can give me Insight Command difficulty of 1 to kind of get a read on Loon, see what seems to be more interesting to her. Because she'll
Okay.
say something, but she may be just being polite.
Yep. Also, don't forget, I am psychic.
Psychically, there's a genuine sense of curiosity and a faint sense of worry, the kind you have for children who are playing near a fire.
Insight command, you say?
Mm-hmm.
Fortunately, I just increased my command earlier today.
Mm. I was going to ask if I could assist on that, but
Yeah,
sure can.
that tracks. That's mwah.
I would think that you would want to get on with your duties to your ship, so I'm willing to accommodate as best possible.
Yes. Um, we are currently preparing to do a larger astrological survey of the nearby nebula. Um, so we might want to get a start on that as well.
Very well. And you notice that she's now a lot lighter. She has set aside her cloak and her backpack, but she still has a variety of smaller tools on her person still, and little
Yeah.
baggies. From which she grabs out one, and she grabs what appears to be a handful of like sunflower seeds or some equivalent, and she starts munching on them.
Doctor will look at her approvingly.
And I suppose we're going to head to Astrometrics. With again, I like to think it's the sort of astrometrics that you see in like the TNG movies, except with motion picture era, like those like really shoddy 3D graphics. I mean, great for the era, but like definitely of their time 3D graphics.
Yeah, there's these big screens that have different sections of space lit up, expanded out, whereas the smaller screens have the readouts and stuff and have more detailed control. If you want to have like high resolution holographic detail, you go to one of the larger consoles to zoom way up on something, and so you can kind of look around it, zoom and enhance, and all that sort of thing within the bounds of the sensor system.
I like to imagine that those big screens are kind of like the curved monitors. Cool. Welcome to Astrometrics.
So you use some sort of a remote video screen system rather than direct visual ports outside of your ship?
Correct. Although I have my own innate astronavigational abilities native to my species that I am also able to use to assist in navigation. But for those without, yes, this is the standard.
It made life so much easier.
And so those are where we've been, or you've been, where we are, where we're going, in theory, yes?
I assume that's correct, GM?
Yeah, it's not obvious on a glance, but she seems to have gathered that fairly quickly. You can set them up to be different things. All three can be where you are, all three can be in the past, but the default is past, present, future.
Yes. Yes, that is generally how we tend to have our navigational consoles here configured, although we can have them configured for other purposes as needed.
Ah. So.
Such as today, tomorrow, next week.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, I preferred when we still were using overlays over actual viewports.
That's what the river people do on their ships. They have star maps that they follow, as well as certain astrological landmarkings, but also the overlay system on the cockpit windows.
I think about 60, 70 years ago, you would have seen a similar system in use, at least on the bridges of a lot of ships in Starfleet. I think they fell out of fashion, though.
So we are... Actually, snatch you from that map. So we're here. We were here. And you seem to have four different areas you look to be intending to go to. And she gestures. Are you intending to survey the entirety of the Star Sea?
Oh, are you referring to the nebula?
Yes.
That is currently our directive. GM, I don't know how. Our current directive is to perform a peaceful astrological study of the nebula. How deep are we? How deeply are we expected to survey?
So, mechanically speaking, it's an extended task.
Okay.
And you are expected, in each subsector, you are permitted to do at least, each player character or main character is allowed to do 3 tasks that involves, because each, that will involve a week's worth of study in that particular subsector. After that, you're expected to move on and go to another sector, a subsector, and then continue your scans. And if you end up doing a full loop of the entire nebula, and you think there's more to learn, then you do yet another loop. That way, you're not just sitting in one space forever. You'll see stuff in motion. You'll have time to come back and see if there's secular events, that sort of thing. Also, there's the strategic issue of you don't know what's out there in the reflective nebula.
Okay, and just to confirm, and you can delete it once I've drawn it, the reflective nebula is this, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Indeed, we are to perform a rather thorough survey of the nebula, one that is expected to take a handful of weeks. Additionally, we believe there to be a hostile outpost beyond the nebula, and we are expected to plot a safe route with that in mind.
And I'm to understand you have no intention of fighting with the Breen or their allies out here.
Unless directly engaged by them, yes.
Probably for the best when you don't know the stars very well here.
We don't want to provoke hostilities.
That said, if we do encounter any ships that do not belong to the Breen, as best we know, we have also been instructed to observe any unfamiliar vessels.
Oh, so this is more of a, what is the word? A reconnoiter.
Yes,
Funny you call it a survey, though. That word means something else.
what does it mean to your people?
Well, a survey is a detailed study of a regional area and its finer points and relevant markers, whereas a reconnoiter is more of a strategic or tactical evaluation of the situation.
Yes, I see. Survey for us is a lot more general of a term, of which we attach qualifiers.
Such as?
In this case, this is a green survey, which is one centered around peaceful intentions and general study.
Oh, so it's more of a survey, less reconnoiter, even though you are observing ships.
I believe that our superiors may have seen our initial mission and asked us to fold in some secondary objectives.
Ah. More than one chief at the fire.
Always.
So, and my understanding is the captain of the Brook, Margaret Brook, told me that they'll be trailing after us a little bit, but hanging back away from our or your survey. Green survey.
Indeed. Indeed. From my understanding, their best use is not staying in any one place for too long, going where it is needed.
Very well. Where shall we start? At this point, Loon is... she does not roll. She is just simply considered a trait that...
Right, yeah.
Who either decreases difficulty or decreases the resistance, because she gives her personal advisory as to how stars work in her understanding. And if you want her to be any... She can be improved in the trait in the sense that she's explaining things in the way that makes sense to Loon and to the Folk Confederation. They have ways like saying, Sea of Stars, when she means nebula. That's because it's not her language. The translator's catching up to what she's saying. And it's like, that's not wrong, but she didn't say nebula. Nebula has a particular meaning. She meant something else. So weird little hang-ups like that. Or explaining to her how your tech works. She has very specific expectations of how you can understand the stars, but doesn't know how to get you to tell your computers to do that, or what to look for. In addition, you are looking at an extended consequence that is that will progress either when you fail a task roll, you roll a complication and accept it, or you fire phasers or torpedoes. In addition, if you complete a full week, which is both player characters doing 3 task rolls, that will also advance the trouble track.
Got it.
Yeah.
It's this. Here we go. I keep forgetting. Here's the extended task and consequences. Extended consequences. The longer and louder we are, the more likely the Bream will know we're out here. Cool. Okay.
Would be a new scene, but you didn't lose any momentum, so you can generate any when you're talking.
5. That's rough. Okay. Time to start throwing a bunch of stuff at this.
Yeah.
Would you consider doing this plotting a starship course?
Not yet, because you don't have a destination yet. If you're trying to... Well, part of it is plotting straight to... If you're trying to plot straight to them, that's one thing. But if you're surveying around...
No.
But until you've actually surveyed some path forward, like you have to have at least surveyed squares to connect outer space to them, and then you can do a plot check.
Yeah.
Because actually the plotting course is actually its own extra task attached to the extended task. I will actually add on. I take that back. You could do a task that's plotting a course, but it wouldn't advance the track. It would create a trait that could affect the difficulty or resistance.
I think I might do that to start. That seems like a smart move, because this is a very very beefy extended task with a resistance of 4 and a difficulty of 5. Yeah.
Very good.
Is
Go
it
ahead.
still the same difficulty, or?
You're just creating a trait, so this will be insights plus con. Difficulty will be 3. I didn't get this a class, did I? I did not. No. Difficulty 3. This can be assisted by the computers plus con.
Okay, keen navigator trait?
Yep.
Okay, brings it down to 2. And then intuitive navigator brings it down to 0. Then, thing with the department. I'm not spending momentum. But power of math. Whenever I attempt a task that requires precise calculations. First D20 purchased is free, so I get to roll 3 dice. Cool. So 3 dice, difficulty 0. Stellar cartography focus.
Yeah.
Very good.
So you generate 4. And
I also, because of visit every star, I generate 1 bonus.
wrong layer. Try again. Here. Prelim
I'm trying to
plotted
as much as I
course
can.
to
And you get a threat.
outpost 1. I gain a threat. Thank you.
Yeah.
Anything you're spending with your momentum or bonus momentum or any on the table?
Yeah. I would like to spend a momentum, like the bonus momentum and a momentum off of my full pool to create a trait that in plotting this general course, I've gotten a decently okay idea about the general size and maximum constraints of this nebula. Like, I have a good model of the outer bounds of this nebula. Obviously, we don't know what's inside it, but...
It would sound like you are trying to create an additional trait off of this, which I don't know if you can do.
Okay.
Because you can alter a trait, but you can't create a new one off the back of a roll.
Okay.
Unless the
that's
roll
fine.
itself didn't create a trait, I suppose, but...
But that was the whole point, so yeah, that's fair. I guess the question then to ask is I've sort of figured this course. I could just ask a question, that being, am I noting any particularly large navigational hazards in that path?
Yes, 2. The reflective nebula itself won't hide, like, there's certain, like, you can sense, and this is why you can plot a course at all. You can see stars in there and like planetary bodies. So anything that's larger than scale 6, like a space station even, you could see that with sensors. Anything smaller than that, certain asteroids, some very tiny moons, satellites more like, really, or even other ships, there you wouldn't see them until you were right on top of them.
Way in there. Yeah, okay. So that is the navigational hazard, that we're flying we're flying blind.
In addition, in these 3 parts of the reflective nebula, you're dealing with a severe subspace rift, which can cause damage to hull plating because of the subspace turns and gravitics that are ebbs and flows that are going on in that area. And it's kind of hard to see, because they're subspace. They're rather, even if you're in open space, you'd have to slow down and very carefully plot your way around. Imagine flying through space and hitting a pocket of space that warps the geometry of your hull.
Ooh, okay. Gnarly.
Kind of Delphic expanse coded there.
Okay, well, I did a task. I leave it to the doctor if she wants to take a crack at anything.
You could use your doctor. You could use any of the support characters on the Sydney or in the on the Bonaventure, or indeed aboard the Market Brook.
Might as well take. Actually, let me see. Does this extended task have resistance? It does. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, it's got a lot of resistance. It's like that's gonna be the thing that kills me when I actually try to attempt the task proper. Like.
Might as well, I think, take over Lieutenant Fushi then at this point then, because he's got intense scrutiny.
Oh, thank you. Oh, that's really helpful. Thank you.
Yeah. Alright. So I'll take a crack at the can here. We just got constant presence with Fushi as well, so second point of determination. So I'll start out this task with determination spend towards let's see. I think just mission directive actually. It's gonna be the first one. Yeah. Perform a green astrological survey of the reflective nebula. Start getting some scans in.
Which sector is the first set of scans happening in? Which subsector, I should say?
I'd say this one, the one that's closest to us. Alright, collaboration science does not help here. What's the task rule?
It would be reason science, I think.
Fantastic. Your best roll. Rapid analysis or sensor operations, perhaps? Is it focus?
Sensor operations more than rapid analysis.
Alright. I also don't know if this is associated enough with galactic barrier research or if it's too far from the
Too far. If you were scanning this bit, that'd be different because that's related. But this is just a nebula, a very dense nebula, but a nebula.
Yeah. Okay. Why did I close the extended tasks page? Don't know why, but I did. 5, 2 hits. Checking the ship. Treat veteran sensor operators.
Yep, to difficulty or resistance.
Difficulty.
Okay.
Trait state of the art.
Yep.
Also throw that to difficulty. And spend 1 momentum for a third die.
Okay.
Or no, second die. That's what I meant to say. Alright.
And she helps, of course, with sensor science.
Mm-hmm. There's science.
Yeah.
Alright.
Generate 1 momentum. You have a science of 4. The resistance is 4. You are doing 0 progress.
No, I'm doing 4 progress because intense scrutiny. Whenever you succeed at a task using reason or control as part of an extended task, you ignore any resistance on that extended task.
Nice, nice.
Yeah. I loved having that on my doctor.
Yeah. Did you take the determination spend there as a difficulty pull down? Or
Oh, sorry. That should have increased your momentum generation.
Cool.
You have 2 free hits, so you're at 6 momentum.
Alright. Can you spend for extra work in 2E? I feel like I forget this every time I do an extended task.
2 for 1.
2 for 1. I honestly kind of feel like just dumping 4 momentum into that. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm fine with that, just as long as you leave me with 2.
Yeah, leaving you with 2 I think is appropriate here for sure. But yeah, 4 momentum, 2 extra work.
4. Oh.
So 6 work.
Nice.
And Loon will observe you closely and watch what you're doing. Doesn't say anything because no one asked her any questions. She's just observing what's going on.
Yep.
Make sure to ask her questions next time. I remember chip traits, but I didn't remember NPC traits.
So who's next? As the week of scanning and rescanning and the ship drifting through the stars continues, waiting with bated breath for the possibility of some hidden ship hidden within the clouds.
Presumably Deca? How are we doing on progress?
You're 6 of 25.
Yeah. First breakthrough at 13.
Yeah. Okay, cool. You want me to take another crack at it?
I don't know. Do you want to take a crack at it directly, or do you want to try and apply like traits or something to lower the difficulty?
Yeah, because it's still diff 5 to start, so...
Still diff 5 to start, and it's still resistance 4.
Yeah, that's rough. But at least I now have... At least I now have stuff on hand. And then I have to double check a thing about Bonaventure.
By the by, does Deca or Ilthea have any enmity with Fushi? Or them with her, rather? Or her?
Fushi? Oh, yeah. I might actually have something. Yes, I have a favor.
Oh, never mind then. You're good.
Neither way.
Do you need me to spend that?
No. If there was bad things lingering, I was going to use it to complicate your life. But I was like, oh, well. She likes you people, and yeah, it's a downside.
Yeah. Oh, and I gotta remember, that, thing I have to remember going forward is that the ship has the advanced astrometrics facilities.
Yep.
Right.
So that trait I made earlier has an increased potency by 1 step.
Because you did it from the astrometrics?
Yep.
There you go.
Yep. Totally forgot about that. Because it's explicitly for charting a large region of space. Okay, cool. In which case, I think I might create... no, I'm not gonna create a trait. I think I'm gonna just take this head on. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to put my potency 2 trait towards the resistance when that comes up.
Okay.
I'm going to put Loon's trait towards the difficulty.
Okay.
If
That makes it
2.
Oh, 2. You're right.
Then I'm going to throw my own trait of Keen Navigator against the resistance. So I have to hit diff 4, but I do have a lot of stuff I can use to get that. My first die is free because power of math. I'll spend 2 momentum for a 4th die.
The power of math.
Any ship traits for trying to pull down that last resistance?
Do we have ship traits that help?
We might. State of the art might help here.
It would.
Would it? Okay, bring that resistance back down to 0. Very
Nice.
good. So I'm rolling. Also useful to know, when I attempt or assist at a task to maneuver a starship through difficult or dangerous terrain, I can spend a momentum to ignore a complication suffered.
Yep, this would count. Because we're presuming over the course of a week you're scanning and the ship's very slowly warping or impulsing around.
Yeah. Yeah, because a good chunk of the work that Deca is doing is helping the ship navigate this region and maneuver through this region.
Yeah.
I'm just making sure I'm not missing anything else. Intuitive Navigator doesn't kick in here, which is okay. Okay, cool. I'm rolling 4 dice. I have a reroll. Stellar Cartography focus. Insight Con, you said? Or Reason Con?
Reason con.
It's all the same. Ooh, I'm re-rolling one of those zeros. There we go.
Yes.
And the ship.
Yep. Got the ship.
Okay, 1 so far. Plus.
Would that be engines con?
It'd be sensors
Ship.
con.
Sensors con, okay.
Oh, I just realized I can also re-roll one more d20 because of the astrometrics facilities.
Oh, yeah.
Because it says when a character attempts the task, they may re-roll a d20.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Very nice.
I also generate a bonus momentum from Visit Every Star.
3 momentum generated plus a bonus on you.
And... you get another threat.
Thank you. You have a con of 4. Resistance was 0, so that pulls up to 10 progress.
We don't have enough to hit 13 without another roll.
Yeah, I think you might be right. Well, I'm definitely
up to
spending...
12.
Yeah, I'll spend the bonus and 1 more to get another work done.
Boop, boop, boop. Pulls you up
So,
to
I'm
11.
at least leaving you. So I'm at least leaving you 2 momentum on the board, Fushi.
That makes sense, yeah.
as the ship drifts among the stars, its reflection, the whole of the nebula giving so many visual and sensor reflections of the ship, like a three-dimensional house of mirrors.
Fascinating. Okay. So I'll have Fushi pick up the next roll here. Continue the survey in the next subsector, I think.
You can continue scanning this one if you want, but you can move to a new subsector if you want.
Well, aren't we not supposed to stay in the same place for more than a week?
Yeah, once each of you have done 3 rolls, that shows that you've spent at least 1 week in that subsector. But you can spend less than a week there.
I feel like spending less than a week there would perhaps be beneficial in avoiding increments on the trouble track. I mean, if my logic doesn't work there, I guess.
Yeah, no, that's reasonable. As long as we keep moving.
I don't know if it's correct or not, but I get good work.
I'll give you a reflective insight plus security diff 2 for me as the GM to answer you.
All right.
Can I assist on this at least?
You certainly could. Yep. This won't eat your checks. This is just you two as Starfleet officers going, how does this work again?
Yeah, like the captain has given us pretty clear instructions to organize organize our survey mission with this very particular caveat in mind that there might be a hostile force in the region.
Gonna grab Ilithia for this role, I think. I've got an insight focus.
I thought you're limited to the character that you picked for the scene.
You're so right. I remember how games work. And I'm good at them too.
I'm rocking a 13 on this. I don't have any focus.
12. I think also no.
So maybe I should lead this.
Yeah, go for it.
I do not have focus though.
Yeah.
Hey. Let's see if you get us any. See if you get us any extra.
Oh, I still wanted a complication to pick up the trouble track. But so the trick here is, if you move. If there is anything hostile in this subsector, if you move, you're going to evade it because you left before it had a chance to find you. The downside is there's an upside and a downside. Upside is you do change scenes, so you could swap characters because the new scene is you warp to a new place and you continue scans elsewhere. And the problem is that if there's anything hiding in here, the default orders for the Margaret Brooke. Wait, I can hover over and see the name. Sorry, I keep forgetting the name even though I named it. I'll get used to her. It's supposed to trail after you.
Oh,
so it can back you up if you need help. If you leave, if there's nobody here, you're not risking anything. If there is somebody in that subsector, they're gonna waltz right into them. Well, not necessarily. They may be able to evade being seen on their own, but
we're the ones that gave them the okay to keep moving.
Yeah, which that may be the dice roll you're willing to play there. Your counters of so many per week would still be the same. It's just that when you move to a new sector, there's a chance that something's in this subsector or not, and I haven't spent for it to jump you, or there's nothing here. And you're just looking at a bunch of stars. But if you move to a new subsector, you check all over again to see... I check secretly all over again if something's out there. And either something's out there or something isn't out there. The only place you know 100% there's something there is this sector. You know there's an outpost there because you got it from the ship you guys raided over a month ago.
Yeah.
But everywhere else you have no idea.
Okay. Then yeah, I think staying in place maybe then. at least for this roll. Because this would be Fushi's third roll. And then it would be... yeah, sure. Got to make a difficulty 5 check again here. So, apply Loon's trait to difficulty.
4.
Apply State of the Art to difficulty.
3.
Apply Veteran Sensor Operators to difficulty.
2.
Yeah. That sounds like a much more manageable task. Alright. 1 momentum for a third die.
Boom. 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 When you have the right gear and the right kind of ship, there's a reason that Commodore sent the Bonaventure out to do this. Like, yeah, you guys specifically are designed for this sort of nonsense.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sensor Operations Focus.
Wow. Yes.
Generate 1 momentum back there.
Boop.
And then the ship.
You're even rolling security,
Shit.
just flexing on me. I see how it is.
Wow.
In fact, you probably got another momentum there because that middle number's to...
Another 1 off the 3.
Jeez.
And then Sensor Science from the ship. That's not a comp. So we're fine.
Oh, and that was you rolled reason security.
Yeah, we got that.
Yeah. We got it. It's a slightly better roll. 1 more hit. Does Sophisticated Astrometrics allow the ship to reroll a die?
When a character attempts a task, they may re-roll a d20.
Gotcha. Cool. Then no.
Yeah. That's meant for you, not the ship, yeah. Can you reroll that too? Make it a true 1? No. So science of 4 means you generate 4 progress. Which puts you over the first breakthrough. Extended tasks. Oops, wrong part of the book. I know. It's in 2 different parts of the book than the player's half and the game master's half.
Truly intolerable.
You perform the scan. Oh, this is your 3rd move, I believe.
Yes, this is Fushi's 3rd move. I think Deka is on 2 moves.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm about to make my 3rd.
Discovery of enemy. Oh well, of unknown. Enemy is a strong word. Unknown. Lookout sensor stations. Diff +1. As your scans show that there is no dedicated, there isn't a bunch of space stations out here. But you do see that there are on like asteroids or on small moons, or in the shadow of certain stars. There's like these little scale 2, maybe scale 3 ships that are very low power, almost invisible, and for a long time, for a good part of the week, Fushi just did not clue in that's what they were. It's like, well, that looks weird, but then again, a lot of things look weird. If it isn't powered up or shooting at us, it's not a security thing, so I'm not going to think back to it. What's it doing? But by the end of it, it's like, okay, this is happening too often. I'm going to make an educated guess here that those are... And probably with a bit of input from your chief of security, she might throw in the those are lookout stations.
Yeah, like we and then it helps because then we like put them all on the map and we're like, oh, this is the pattern you put a bunch of things in if you wanted to set up a scanner net.
which does
Yeah.
increase the difficulty up to almost impossible. But you have traits that can pull it down, so I'm not too worried about it. But yeah, you're discovering that this is further progress. You're gonna have to be a lot more careful. You've been lucky that no one's. It is entirely possible someone out here has seen you by now, but you don't know. No one's confronted you yet because that's the other thing. You spent the whole week. Fushi spent the whole week scanning and the ship moving around, and nobody hailed the ship. No one said anything. No one powered up anything. But by now, it's like, yeah, someone might have seen us.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're gonna have to be extra careful when we move around, so no one sees us get move further.
So here's an interesting question then. For my last crack at the can here, hang on, I gotta pull up my sheet. Now that we're aware of this as a problem, would it be reasonable to say that part of the survey going forward is plotting a course around these sensor net?
You could create a trait to that end, but it wouldn't be part of the extended task per se. It's part of why the difficulty's increased.
Got it. Okay, never mind then. I'm just gonna continue at it.
I'm gonna be AFK for a bit here because I'm now refilling the fridge and freezer because Paraperson has gone to Home Depot to pick up a part, and I've been told to refill the fridge.
Okay.
Man, this is one heck of a game, everyone.
We'll figure it out. It's okay. We got it.
Yeah. So yeah, you said the difficulty is brought up to 6, which makes it impossible.
Nearly.
So, yeah, trait of keen navigator.
To 5.
Bring it down to 5. The ship has the trait of state of the art.
To 4.
Bring it down to 4.
I assume difficulty.
Yep. He will then put Loon towards the resistance.
So R3.
Then, yeah, give me a sec.
Certainly.
Oh, and then of course I have that potency 2 trait that I'm also going to put towards the resistance.
Okay. Respond.
Power of math. I get a free die. Take 2 threat, and then I'm gonna spend the remaining momentum to buy a full mid.
Okay.
Hazardous environments focus, because I like mixing it up.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense. Especially given the new
Reason.
context.
Yep. Reason con. Making sure I've got everything clocked. Okay, cool. So 5 dice. I have 2 rerolls. Zeros, and re-rolling the other 0. There we go.
It's 4, 5, 6.
And then I'll roll the ship because our dock is away. Sensor science, was that the roll?
Sensor con in this case.
Oh, sensor's con. It's the same stat.
Well, it's a different stat. Same score.
Yeah, same score. Not a comp. It's the important thing. And then I generate a bonus. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes against a difficulty 4. I generate a bonus momentum because visit every star, and then please, I generate an additional bonus momentum on top of it because of untapped potential.
So that is, you have a con of 4. The resistance was 1, so you generate 3.
And then I'll spend my 2 bonus momentum to bring that back up.
Bring it back to 19, which gets you to your second breakthrough. And I'll note that this you spent the full week in this sector, so further examination of it is not tactically useful. Is not strategically a good idea. Plus other things, but boop, I'll highlight it as a. But you're secure in the knowledge that if there was anything here, you would have encountered it by now. If there's a ship out here, you spent the last week scanning the ever living heck out of it. No, there's all you see are the outposts. But
cool.
You do see, as part of your breakthrough, your second breakthrough, you notice that there is occasionally there is a subspace wake effect that's happening at extreme range, just not in your current subsector. So it's happening around you.
Somewhere.
Mostly, I'll actually say it's mostly happening in these 3 subsectors. You are not seeing a whole lot here. There's some that you'll see from people from like the little river folk ships that are just scraping the edge of it, but because they're on the river, the subspace lattice, they're kind of contained, so it's they're their own effect. So there's a slight warble that if you're looking really hard, you could see it, but anything big stuff is moving in these areas. So something that's, and when I mean big, I mean something scale 3 or more. So they're not small craft.
Gotcha. In which case, I think for the purpose of continuing the survey in a safe manner, it might be a good idea to pull to this subsector.
I can't see the subsector, but I agree.
So you recommend to the captain to go here?
Yeah.
I'm going to need you to perform... and this is a new scene.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll treat it as part of the same scene, because it's part of the same... You haven't moved yet. You're going to need to give me a presence plus command difficulty. I'm going to check the difficulty of your captain. See, how much of a commander are they? They are very difficult to convince. Difficulty 5. Because your captain is spoiling for a fight. It will take quite a bit of effort to convince him not to go hunting for pirates and slavers.
Awesome. Awesome. Cool. Very good. Love it.
It is indeed very helpful for us. Very good.
I spent 2 to activate that as a complication.
Yeah, no, that's totally fine. And you know what? I'm not gonna bother pumping a bunch into this because I'm just gonna roll the 2 dice and let the failure happen.
You can choose. I'll point out you can choose to forgo the roll. You just don't attempt it. The reason you might do that is you're trying to avoid giving me complications. I'm gonna point that out for freaks. That's a 2D. That's a Modifius.
Failing a roll is. Yeah, and also failing a roll here does increase the treble track.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, I think I'm going to forego the roll because I think this isn't a fight worth having, especially with the captain of the ship, and the captain of the ship is the one making the calls, and I'm just a lieutenant junior grade in a box. I'm just a little fella in a box.
I'm
Just
going
a
to
guy in a
challenge.
box.
I'm going to challenge your value of be not afraid. You have an opinion. The captain asked for your opinion.
God.
You either
Incredible.
comply and you try to, whether it's 2 dice or more, you try to convince him, or you resist it and you will strike out the value be not afraid. Either way, you get an extra determination.
Yep. I will make the roll then.
Enjoy your determination because your values came into effect.
Cool.
I was like, I should be picking on your values more. What can I pick on you? I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you found that you can, and it's great. Ooh, it's so good. I'm just double checking stuff. Yeah, I have like nothing I can throw at this. I will spend. You know what? I'll spend a threat and 2 momentum.
1 and 2. 2.
And no way this is gonna work out, but oh my god!
4.
Oh my god, that's really close. Would I be able to get an assist from Fushi?
You could. I'll roll for Fushi because I imagine the doctor's away from the keyboard at the moment. But it's a safe bet that Fushi could assist, so I imagine she would. Presence command.
Indeed, she would. I was muted.
Is there a value I can pick on? No. Is there focus that helps? No.
Is there a talent that helps?
Breadth of study, intense scrutiny, collaboration, science. No.
Absolutely.
If she were
Just one die.
If she was Tellarite, I would go, well, that's a good trait. Tellarites are known for being argumentative. They love a good debate. Denobulans, they like debating, but it's more for funsies, not like academic, spiritual fulfillment or something. Tellarites treat arguing like a religion, which I respect. I get it. It's like Germans.
Yeah.
Hey!
Incredible.
With a duo plea between yourself and Fushi, you're able to just convince, and you almost balk at it. You almost go, you know what, I don't want to bother the captain, I don't want to make waves, I don't think I'll be able to do it. And you're like, you know what, no, I'm going to try. I'm gonna put my foot down, darn it. This is my opinion, I think we should go this way. It's like, alright, if you really think so. And in classic Killick faction, it's one of those, like, alright, this better pay off sort of tones. Like, he's not thrilled. You get the feeling that this probably would have challenged one of his values. He really wants to go where the red spots are, but fine, since you care so much, go ahead.
But we can go there afterwards. It's just I want to get these 2 surrounding spots nailed down before we push into enemy territory. Ooh, I can't believe we pulled that off. One of those die rolled a 1 and that saved me. Okay. Now we're in a new scene, and it was good I spent that momentum anyway, because we would have lost momentum anyhow.
Oh, whatever. The trouble track does increase by 1, because a significant amount of time has passed. A week has gone by. The Margaret Brook trails after you. Part of the reason it's trailing after you as well is that it's using the fact that you've cleared that area as a way to hide itself, so it can kind of stay very close and jump to evacuate people or provide materials if you need it, or give you a clear escape route back out. Or just as support characters even. It's like, oh, wait, if you need help, we're nearby. So yeah. The extended task is still in front of you. You're in a new scene, which also means that if the doctor wants, the doctor can continue playing Fushi or can move to a new supporting character. Same with you, Deca. You can move to a supporting character if you wanted.
I think I'll stick with Deca. Deca has, like, Fushi technically has, like, the best mechanical build for handling an extended task like this. I just have good stats and,
And like focuses and stuff too, yeah.
Yeah, like, I'm well built just for tackling this as a task.
Mm-hmm.
If not necessarily tackling this as an extended task.
And to give you an idea, Deca, and you could translate this if you wish. Put it to you this way: the chances of you running into trouble is like a travel rule from Fabula Ultima.
Hey, yeah.
You just went to an area that has a lower difficulty, a lower chance of it happening.
Yeah, to that end, we had that last breakthrough. Did that impact any difficulties or resistances either way, or was that just info?
That's an event. You realize that there's a lot of traffic in a particular part of the nebula, so you're able to choose whether to go into danger and possibly increase your chance of encountering ships or evading them.
Critical info. Understood. Okay.
No up, no down. No down, no, but no up either, so there's that.
Yeah. You know what?
What?
Since we're in a new round of 3 tasks, I think I might take the opportunity here to attempt a trait creation.
Okay. What kind of trait?
Sounds good.
I want to try to plot out some of the... I want to suggest that instead of traveling forward, we stop briefly, recalibrate the navigational sensors by using the navigational sensors stationary in conjunction with other sensor operations. We can bounce 3 sensor beams off of the reflective nebula in order to triangulate their path. Gonna try to better chart the reflective nature of this nebula.
I'm going to call that Reason, Science, or Command difficulty 3.
Aha, I'm going to take that as Reason Science. However, because of my Navigator's special ability, I can turn science tasks related to astrophysics or stellar navigation into con rolls.
And that's the benefit of playing a flight character. My brain's like, that sounds very science-y to me, less con specific. It's like, yeah, but I'm a con officer. Don't worry. I know that specific con version of the science. Like, that's fair.
Yeah, or, well, specifically Navigator. I think Flight Officer
that's true,
has that, but it's... Yeah, Flight Officer, I think, gets a similar thing, but it's for handling, like...
It's for engineering on small craft.
And, like, propulsion systems.
Not right now, computer.
Yeah.
Not right now.
So, yeah. Yeah, that turns it into a Reason Con difficulty 3. Would you consider this plotting a course?
Not this, no.
Okay, fair enough. I have to ask because it's a significant difficulty reduction when it happens. Power of Math, I get a free d20. Do I get assistance from the ship's sensors science?
This would be sensor science, you're right.
Navigator trait.
Yeah.
Cool. And can I leverage Loon?
She is not intimately familiar with your systems.
Okay.
She's becoming, but
okay.
she's not. She doesn't know how to make your
Yeah.
systems bad. Oh wait, you are helping.
Oh,
You are helping her. Yeah, no, you can actually because it's related to
Yeah.
the nebula. Nope, you're right.
Yeah, because that's what I'm trying to do. It's because I'm trying to figure out how all this reflective nonsense works better. Cool. I'm rolling 3 dice. Hazardous environments.
Mm-hmm.
Focus.
That would apply.
Even though I didn't spend a momentum, the USS Bonaventure still helps with sophisticated astrometric facilities. So I get to re-roll one of those dice. And it's still a 0. Oh well. Yeah. And then I will roll for the ship. Sensors, science.
Additional one.
That's another hit.
Boop.
So that should be 2 momentum. Additionally, would you even though I wasn't plotting a course, would you consider this a navigation-related task?
I would, yeah.
I generate a bonus momentum.
Boop. You learn in the and this is a potency 2 because you're using the astrometrics, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
You learn through Loon's instruction and your own studies that the part of what you're seeing is not only a reflection of what your ship's seeing, like visually and through its various instrumentation, but also through the cracks of creation into other possibilities as to what your ship could have or might have been doing. It is said among certain riverfolk and starfolk that if one were to stare into this nebula, into the reflections of the Dawnlands, you can possibly see other avenues, other choices that you may not have considered. But sensor-wise, that means that some of these things aren't true reflections. They're quantum realities different from yourself, which at this point in time period, mirrorverses or versions of it are entirely possible. You're seeing them and they're probably seeing you, but it's a curvature in space-time sort of thing. You can see each other, but you can't really interact with each other without
to which Deka turns to Fushi and says, "Incredible! It would appear that this entire nebula is pocketed by a vast amount of quantum microfissures, previously thought only theoretical up till this point."
Well, that's definitely worthy of further investigation.
And now that we know what we're dealing with, it should help our navigation of the area immensely. Now that we know
Absolutely.
how they work. Anyway, that was my task.
Alright.
updating the pin with the new information. Anything with your bonus? Whoopsie.
Here's a good question. Do I get the impression that these, as I have thus dubbed them, quantum micro fissures, do I get the impression that these are some kind of a natural formation?
It's a natural formation. A natural formation in aggregate. It's a nebula like this on its own elsewhere in space, further away from the core, probably wouldn't cause this, but in its proximity to a subspace rift and a subspace sort of lattice is causing this weird extra, it's another lensing type effect where it's causing, except this time instead of bending light back or reflecting it back, it's bending quantum realities into each other a little bit in a visual sense.
It's behaving how I would expect an anomaly of this nature to behave naturally.
Yeah, no one caused this. Unless someone caused the
Yeah.
lattice or caused the subspace rift, the nebula is, in all other purposes, a nebula, except for the fact these two other things are here and its proximity to the galactic core, or greater proximity.
So it makes sense that all these factors taken together, something like this would form.
Yeah, it's also why this nebula is so hard to navigate. Like it could hiding a scale size or 6 or smaller is usually reserved for actually, you know what, even a size nebula this big, it's no more than 10 light years across, which is still huge. That there are bigger dense ones like these usually are very hard to see through, as opposed to others that are, they're hard-ish but not like impossible. This one's basically impossible unless someone like you is slowly doddering around, plotting a course through it and charting it.
Yep. Okie doke. That leaves the check to you, Fushi. And guess what? I just created another strength 2, potency 2 trait.
Amazing. I'd like to try to apply both of those strength 2, potency 2 traits to difficulty then.
So difficulty drops to 2. Between the deep understanding of the nebula and the preliminary plotted course to the outpost, this is saving you a lot of math, because a lot of it's already been done.
Yep.
And then trait from Loon.
Say again, sorry? Trait from what?
Loon.
From Loon? To what?
Difficulty.
Div 1.
And then state of the art ship.
To... Oh, difficulty. Sorry, habit. I forgot that resistance doesn't matter to you.
Yeah. I figured.
You're like, why are you putting everything towards the difficulty?
Surely she must remember that there's resistance on this task, and that the difficulty only matters so much.
Yeah.
Are you sure about that?
I've seen you guys. I've seen this crew do that on previous rolls. Like, difficulty 0. The resistance is still 5. You're doing no work.
Oh shoot! Yeah, no. I mean, It is fair. We would
have made that mistake before.
It's not unreasonable. Unified field theory as a focus, perhaps.
Yes, especially with that information that Deca threw out there.
Yeah.
It was good. That was very helpful.
Reason, science.
Generate 4 plus the ship.
Yep.
Plus 1 more. You have a float.
5. Yeah.
You have a science of 4. There's no increase, so it goes to 23. 25.
Spend momentum to finish out the progress track, I think.
Whoopsie. 2, 3, 4.
High five.
Yeah.
Completed. Full text. Green letters. That's
Indeed.
blue letters, but green letters. Green.
Close enough.
I will have green. I don't care. There. Go. Why? How is this hard? There. Save.
That's abuse.
Completed. In green.
So, having
Color
completed,
of success.
it, you have at minimum achieved at least one of your objectives. As with these preliminary, I mean, in most of your scans is these 2 sectors, but you've now developed a process that is easily replicatable as you travel. You don't have to do you can now hand this off to junior officers and crewmen to constantly go like, oh, well, we just do this, and that will help us scan throughout the entire nebula in a rapid fashion.
Yeah, we don't need to be down here in astrometrics doing this every day.
So this probably took you about 9 days or
Very
so.
funny for Deca to hand something off to junior officers, though. It's like, who are you handing it off to?
Okay, yeah, it's in here.
Is it?
It's like, what in? So you use this
Uh-huh.
formula and that formula, and then you use this special subroutine alpha and subroutine beta. What are those based on? Oh, we just made that up during the week. So anyway, you just invented
Just as it
proofs
works.
on astronavigation and astrogeographic study. Yeah, didn't you?
Yeah.
As my dissertation, yes.
Yeah.
You just do that in a week?
This is-
Oh, welcome to Starfleet. You're going to have to get used to doing that.
This is one clever box.
If I shake the box really hard, do I get romantic advice?
No, it's like a magic 8-ball.
Outlook uncertain.
Open the box and find out. Ah!
Oh no. That's terrible romantic advice. It's also terrible general advice.
What do you mean I'm getting dinged? So, what you've discovered... Discovered? What am I talking about?
Discovered.
What you've
Discovered.
discovered is
The USS Discovery.
is that traveling in anywhere in the reflective nebula costs 2 momentum normally as a thing. You weren't doing that as part of instead of paying that, you were slowly studying the area to
This
understand it.
whole Difficulty 5 tab.
Yeah. And now that you can do it, now anyone who has the data you have, so anyone within Survey Expedition Delta, can travel through these at a momentum cost of 2. If you're trying to travel through the subspace rift and the nebula, it goes up to 3.
Got it.
You also know at current, you can scan ahead. Currently, you know what the traffic layout is like. Currently, you don't know about these areas because you haven't been observing them. But you could extreme range observe them because you can scan things out to about 5 light years. So from here to here, that's like seeable. It's just hard. But if you're trying to scan out to here, it gets a lot more. You'd have to be at the edge of this one to have a chance of seeing things. And the smaller it is, the way it gets more and more difficult. The space station is something that if you scan at long distance, that you could probably paint it and go like, oh, it's right there. Could you get a lot of detail? Probably not, because you're doing an extreme range scan. But yeah. So as of right now, you are in a new scene, which I think costs you momentum, which I didn't take away yet. I think.
Yep.
So you have performed, and your ship is continuing to perform Objective 1, but you don't have to continue at it anymore. Now you have, and remember, to consider a mission success, at least half of them have to be successful.
What are the other ones? Here's a question. The the mission directives that specify not doing something, are those considered successful if we don't do them by the end of the session?
Yep.
Okay. Well then, I presume our next course of action should be to, because you said we can do it from a distance, to scan this next sector over.
You can. It's just a higher difficulty to scan that far away.
Yeah. Could be worth it, though.
Well, yeah, and that's the first section that we know hostiles are in.
And we kind of don't want to engage with hostiles. That's not the point.
Running in blind.
Yeah.
So you want to try recommending to the captain, you want to try to give a brief scan or sweep of this area to look for ships?
Yep. And hopefully the captain will be on board for that, because, as mentioned, spoiling for a fight.
Yeah, if
We're-
anything, looking around, having extra information is tactically useful to him. So, and previous season, he showed that he likes having information before he gets into a fight, if he can help it. Sometimes he gets a little too, ready to go, but. Ba. I believe it's base 1 and then it increases with distance. Base 1 beyond distance. So we're gonna call that reason. Oh, actually, no. You're looking for hidden ships. What am I doing? That's a different difficulty. Revealing is a base difficulty of 3. Reason science. Difficulty 3. I'll increase it by 1 due to the nebula. Assisted by sensors plus science to do a reveal sweep of this subsector.
Okay.
Well, that sounds like probably a roll for Fushi.
Yep.
All right. Deeper understanding of the reflective nebula 2.
Yep.
Or, yeah, pulling down. Div 2. Woohoo.
That's a really useful trait to come up with.
Yeah. Veteran sensor operators off of the Bonaventure.
Yep.
Awesome.
I'll roll for the ship.
Cool.
Sensors science?
Yeah.
Or security? Okay. Science. Cool. No complication.
And. Yep. There's the hostiles there. You see. Oh, I'm in the wrong part of the thing. My stuff. Ships. Wait, no. Faster way to do this. Boop. Do. Doop. You see there's at least one begin router or Sierra 26 class starship.
Okay. We've determined that that's Breen.
Yep.
Okay. I recommend we forward this information to the Margaret Brooke.
Yeah, agreed.
That information is easily shared between the two of you. It's not much of a... Given all the interference, it's kind of difficult for you two to talk to each other anyway. But they're trailing after you, so they can they have an easier time hearing you without you having to blast on full spectrum for them to hear you.
Yeah, besides, we have that special dedicated subspace transceiver array.
Yep. So even if they can't talk to you very well, you're pretty sure they can hear you.
Do we want to maybe spend some effort on getting some more identifying scans of this ship?
Yeah, that might be a good idea. Enough of a scan that we could identify it later, if need be. That might be helpful in order to determine just how many of these vessels there are operating in this space.
Are doing basically tagging based off their like engine emission mixes and whatever.
Yeah, engine mixes, particular peculiarities in their hull silhouette.
Mm-hmm. Inconsistencies in their warp profile.
What part of if you're looking at your own sheet, say, what are you trying to learn? Are you trying to learn its profile, its refits? Because there's certain things you already know. Because you can see, because actually lists. Oh no, I'm sorry.
I think more what we're trying to do is making it so that if we see this ship again, we know that it's that ship.
Oh, that would be control, reason, con, difficulty 2, assisted by computers plus con. That's just you registering a certain silhouette, certain energy signature types.
Yeah, because the reasoning is if we see another ship and it has a different everything, we now know, oh, there are at least 2 ships operating in this region.
Okay.
And we're trying to build a vague catalog of who's operating in this region. I will spend a momentum for a 3rd die, so I get the reroll. I don't have a focus. Or I'll take reason con. I have like no talents that help me outside of cautious. Oh wow. That was just a lucky roll.
Generate 2 plus the ship.
Grab the ship.
Right bites the cell.
Yeah, tug on those nacelles. That's a thing.
Yep.
Hey, don't make it weird.
It's not a sex thing, I swear. It only raises more questions. Yeah, roll 20's not loading for me right now. It's just stuck.
If you need me to roll it, I can roll it.
Yeah, if you want to grab the ship sheet then.
Just well. Oh no, that's the Margaret Brooke. No, that's the Haida. Where's the Bonaventure?
It's one Mark Bonaventure.
Why did I scroll all the way to the bottom? The Bonaventure's at the top of the page.
It's almost like I put it there so it'd be easy to find.
Nah, that couldn't be. Sounds fake.
Oh.
Okay, nothing but no comp.
What is, the first contact of these was the Sierra 2-5. What is this one called? What is this preliminary designation?
I mean, probably Sierra 2-7.
Boop. Sierra 2-7.
Because it's the third individual ship we've encountered.
Okay, cool. That is... Yeah, that's basically what I wanted to know based on that was... Oh, and you know what?
What?
For the heck of it...
I don't know what.
I generated bonus momentum, which I would like to use to ask the question, does it seem to be traveling towards our direction or away from us?
It seems to be in a patrol pattern.
Cool.
It is patrolling that subsector.
Okay.
Okay, good to know. Well, and if it's actively, I'll say this, if it's actively patrolling that subsector and doesn't seem to be moving actively towards us, it's reasonable to assume that it hasn't spotted us.
Yeah, probably. That
These
is
ships,
a impediment in the way of a safe route from open space to the outpost.
but it's safe to assume then, though, that if these ships are patrolling the specific subsectors that they're in, um, it seems reasonable to assume that they don't venture beyond their respective subsectors unless otherwise alerted.
It's possible.
Of course, that's just a preliminary guess. The captain might have a completely different tactical read.
Well,
And I'll admit that the tactical positioning of ships and optimal patrol patterns isn't really the kind of navigation that uh, I specialize in.
I guess at this point, what we need is to determine if there are other regular patrol ships and perhaps what their patrols are, if they're regular enough to be uh, timed out.
Hmm. Perhaps, perhaps we may get better information from the Margaret Brook.
Oh?
They're in a position of which they could look into the uh, sectors adjacent to them without leaving their currently plotted flight path to follow in our steps.
True, although their sensor equipment is a bit outdated compared to ours.
Yes, that is unfortunate, but it's worth a try.
Fair enough.
So you're gonna try to get the Margaret Brook to do some tasks here.
Yeah.
We'll treat this as a new scene, as some requests from your ship to them. Probably trickle up the chain, up to the XO, up to CO. CO then calls over to the Margaret Brook. Over on the Margaret Brook. No, we're on the same music. That's probably the right one. There is one Captain Holva, one Lieutenant Commander Glenn Marqueso.
And other people as to be determined.
Yep.
Well, these are the ones that are on camera, so.
Yep.
As there's various other crew in the somewhat. This is a ship that is caught between the worlds of the previous era and the current era. So you still have the little jewel chiclet keys everywhere, but the screens have that holographic look to them. There's like a Discovery-esque console over there. Like, this ship has constantly had little additions done to it over time. But at the end of the day, it's still Sydney.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, what are Captain Holva and Lieutenant Commander Marqueso going to do as they get a request from the Bonaventure to help them out?
Would we have been able to receive that sensor, like the sensor procedure from the Bonaventure?
Yep. That's kind of why you're trailing after them, so you wouldn't have to play subspace tag with each other.
Well, It looks like we have a. It looks like we have orders to scan the sector to our. Uh, what direction would this be?
Inward?
Commander Alpha. He's a commander.
He's a ship captain, though.
Yeah. Well, looks like we have been requested to scan that sector, that subsector for. Oh wow, that's. They suspect hostile patrolling craft.
Well, hopefully they're not getting us into any sort of trouble then.
No, according to this, the recommendation is to just see if there's a craft there and then continue on with our prior course. Don't engage.
Well, that's good. I'd be concerned if Captain Killick wanted us to engage hostile forces.
Yeah, we're
Looking at the
flying pace
complete
our
lack of
directive.
a tactical station that only has shield controls.
Mm-hmm. And a tractor beam.
Oh, a track beam, that's true, yep.
For all the good that would do us.
Uh-huh.
I actually imagine some Sydneys, their tactic is to run up on a ship and just tractor beam on it and start screaming, "Hey everyone, come get this guy," as that ship resists and tries to fire at them. It's like, you fired on a Starfleet vessel, that's a problem.
Yerp.
You can't even say, "Oh no, I thought you were going to shoot me." I don't have phasers. I'm literally the least threatening thing Starfleet puts the insignia on. Other than shuttlecraft. But yes, the difficulty you're looking at is brain power go. It was 3 up to 4. That's right, because it's 3 normally because you're looking for hidden stuff, +1 because the nebula is an annoying jerk. So reason plus science did 4, assisted by sensors plus science.
Who would like to lead that? Or actually, wait. I thought.
And you're scanning this subsector, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you have? And then Ulva. Just have a. I'm thinking on something real quick. Okay. I might spend a determination here.
Oh yeah, on what?
Mission directive.
Which one?
Plot a safe route from open space to the hostile unknown slaver outpost. We are trying to determine safe paths. We're trying to determine what bits of space are being actively patrolled.
Yep, I'll take that logic.
Okay, then I will spend 2 momentum on top of that for third die. What's your reason, science commander? I mean, not that it changes much, but I'm only rocking a 10. I think you're a bit better than I am, but also. Oh wait,
I was muted.
yeah.
Yeah, total of 12 for Commander Marqueso. Might be able to argue a strategy and tactics focus.
You could, yeah.
Yeah, you're in a better position than I am to do this, actually. So you spend your determination towards the mission directive,
Yeah.
and I'll just assist you.
Yeah. And Commander Marqueso, value, always know your options. You gotta have the intel to know your options.
Yep.
Also, that also really works. Ease.
Yeah.
Um,
All right. Reason, science, focus. Yes.
we
Um.
do have 3 momentum on the board.
Yeah, I'll spend that and roll 3 dice here.
Yeah, so I'll roll for the commander and the ship.
Gotcha.
2, 3. Yep.
Oh no!
Well, it's a success, but there's a comp.
That's a no,
Forgot to
and
apply a deep understanding of the reflective nebula.
yep, and
Very good at
then
this.
I'll roll for the Margaret Brooke. Oh, I forgot, that's so funny. Lucky, you can also just use the ship as the value.
Yeah,
That's so funny.
it is very fun.
I'm serving on the Margaret Brooke value. It's like, yeah. Sometimes you just get lucky.
Value, Margaret Brooke. Okay.
Good to know, I guess. Sensors, science, cool. Nope, that's nothing.
Is that threat or complication?
We'll go threat.
Okay. Because the consequence didn't go away just because the extended task did.
Yep.
Would be S28.
It looks like an S-25, a CR-25 space frame. It's in that subsector.
Okay.
We'll tag that one as S28 and forward the information back to
That requires a task to get its unique signature.
okay. What would that be?
Well, that one is control reason plus con, difficulty 2, assisted by computers plus con. As you are looking at the scans you found and trying to discern what makes it unique out of its fellowships. What would you know on a glance? That's that ship.
Yeah.
Difference between the USS Hood and the USS Enterprise, like there are very subtle silhouette wise, they're the same damn ship, but there's slight differences between them that if you look for it, you could tell.
Yep. You know what? I will spend my determination on this task. Towards the mission directive, observe and scan any non-Starfleet folk starships.
That would apply.
Logistics focus?
Yes, actually. Because you could determine, it's like, well, that ship looks like it has this kind of cargo set up, this kind of energy draw set up.
Yeah.
You spent determination. How are you rolling 2 dice?
I'm sorry. Then that's just a 19. Then that's entirely on me.
That hits. Plus the ship. It might.
A Margaret Rook with computers con.
Actually, I don't think that's terrible in the American Brook.
It's actually pretty good.
Solid.
On 4. Yeah.
That's a pretty solid A.
Yeah.
Generate.
Margaret Brooke.
So the designation is Sierra 27?
28.
28.
Because the other one is 2.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
7. Unless for some reason it is the same ship and we've just totally lost track.
No.
Cool.
No. That did cross my mind, but no, that's not what's happening.
Okay. In which case, Holva will look to his XO and say, all right, get that information back to the Bonaventure and resume previous course. We don't want
Transmission?
We don't want to linger here long.
So we're clicking back to the Bonaventure.
Mm-hmm.
New scene. Momentum goes away.
Yeah.
So
No, our hard-earned momentum.
We generated 2.
how do you figure?
No,
Oh wait, no,
generated
I'm
one.
sorry. I did. That's right. I didn't generate one. Never mind.
Yeah, because you were trying to cheat. We know. We caught you. It's fine. But yes, no. So yeah, you get a report back through the grapevine. In the command chain. The chain of command, I should say. You learn what the Market Brook learned. As they report a contact with Sierra 28.
All
Okay.
right.
Well, in that case, here's where we stand. We know that there's one ship in each of these 2 subsectors. The question then becomes whether or not the concentration of their forces gets any stronger closer to the outpost, or if they have a standing one ship per subsector policy.
Yeah. There's also a question of why we didn't encounter, or why perhaps we didn't encounter any ships in the subsectors we're in. It could be that these patrol zones are larger than one sector.
Indeed.
This is 2 sectors away. I guess technically this is 3 sectors away.
Subsector. This whole map's a sector.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, you're not getting that far away.
Although didn't we determine based on our scans and observations that S-27 is just patrolling that subsector?
That's what it looks like it's doing, yeah. You'd have to sit there and watch it, but that's what it looks like it's been doing. It's not. It's because it's changing direction.
Yeah.
If you're heading straight somewhere, then straight line is the straight line between 2 points is the fastest route. But the minute you start turning and weaving, it's like unless you're dodging things, there's no reason to do that unless you're patrolling. Or it's a feature of the ship, but nothing from the ships to indicate that's how they work.
Yeah. In which case, I think the next question then just becomes, what's here?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the only other path that could reasonably get us to the outpost. We'd have to deal with the interference from the subspace rift, but then it becomes a question of, are we going through a patrolled region, which kind of flies in the face of our directives, because we're not to engage with any Breen starships.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that there is not a clear path from where we are to the outpost right now, so we'd need to either check in the subspace rift subsectors or the path that goes, around the nebula entirely.
Which would require quite a bit of backtracking.
Yeah.
So I think next step is to scan here, see what we can clock.
Well, you guessed it. It's going to be harder. It's reason science difficulty 5.
Mm-hmm.
Sensor science.
Okay. Well, we've got traits to lower that.
Those traits were so useful.
I will be disqualifying this one because the subspace rift has significantly changed the geometry of the nebula in that part of space.
Oh, interesting. Does preliminary plotted course still apply?
I am going to spend 2 threat and say no because The preliminary plot course was probably going through the path of least or second least resistance, so probably more like, whoa, wrong buttons. Here, maybe here, but going this way or this way was not part of the preliminaries. No navigator would have plotted that course on the back of their hand.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fair.
In which case, might this be something that I want to tackle then?
Sounds like it might be.
You nerd.
Because hazardous environments focus.
Yeah.
This is a.
You're scanning
this
this
is
subsector, right?
Yeah, this is an astrophysics thing, so I get to use my con instead. Would this be plotting a course?
Yes, given what you're... Oh, no, you're looking for ships. So, no.
No,
I
we're...
get.
Well, kind of, but more so, aren't we trying to plot a safe course to the outpost?
Yeah, we're kind of trying to determine what's there and whether or not there's a path through it.
Are you looking for ships, or you're just trying to look... You're trying to understand what danger level that subsector is? Those are two different questions.
Yeah, we're trying to determine what danger level that subsector is.
Oh, okay, that's a different role.
Because if we determine that that's completely no fly, because
I thought we already knew what level of danger it was to fly through that.
Oh, did we?
You know the momentum of it, but you don't know, these areas you knew what their
their
danger rating is. You don't know if there's any ships in there, if it's just dangerous, just naturally. You do know momentum-wise, so you even fly into it. You're going to have to, you'll need at least three to go there.
Yeah, before we even start looking for ships, we need a baseline of what we're looking at.
I was a step ahead. Or behind, depending on how you want to do the math.
So reason, con, four. So is this plotting a course?
This is, yes.
Okay, cool. A bunch of stuff is about to proc then. Intuitive Navigator drops the difficulty by 2. Key Navigator trait.
Yep.
Power of Math. My next d20 is free. So I'm at 3 d20s. Navigator's all the same. Drone tap potential is a thing. Visit every star is a thing that comes up afterwards. Okay. Cool. Focus. And the ship is helping with sensor science, so I do have a reroll if I need it.
Sensor con.
Sensor con, yeah. Still, it's...
Right.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
So 2, 3, 4.
Push up.
I'm 5.
4. Bam. So, you are able to determine that despite the subspace rift affecting the spatial geometry in that area and the reflective nebula, that area does look like there is some subspace turbulence there that indicates traveling ships or ship.
Oh boy. Okay.
Though that also, and that was you accounting for the fact that the geometry could create false wake patterns. It's like trying to look at space through a telescope, through a prism, that's through a kaleidoscope. Like, if you concentrate really hard and re-account for the math, you can figure it out. But it takes that extra bit of, what? Oh, right. There's not 50 ships there. There's probably like 1 or 2 ships there. An armada isn't just sitting there.
If it was, we'd think there were even more ships.
Yeah.
Okay. Then here's the question: Is there a ship there right now?
And that is the reason science did 5, sensor science. It's possible there was a ship there, but it's not there anymore.
Yep. I will spend one of my determinations.
To
Um, observe and scan any non-Starfleet folk starships. Mission directive.
you don't know there's any starships there.
Okay. Plot a safe route from open space to the outpost.
Yep.
Because this is one of the two subsectors that stands in our way. So I get 2 free hits, so that drops my... That would drop my task roll down to 1. Would you count my power of math requiring precise calculations?
Yes. Yeah, I would.
Okay, so I get a free die then. And the ship assists, I believe.
Yep. And actually, I correct myself. The counter complications, if you will, only those are power of 2, not power of 1, so they're not completely wiped out. That actually reduces difficulty by 2. I just thought of that. I was like, wait a minute. There's a reason you have that there's levels of potency. So it's actually to 3 currently. My bad.
So that you can do math.
Yeah. Well, and if I wanted to make it better, I'd have to spend more threat. I don't want to spend 4. I was like, I want it to be somewhat difficult.
Yeah.
Not that. It's not friggin' Byzantine. It's just difficult, that's all.
Okay. In which case, I'm not even going to spend any momentum on this. Because I have 2 dice. Rolling 2 dice. And I have a reroll. So
Mm-hmm.
I've actually got decent odds. I'm rerolling that complication. Thank you. Thank you, ship. Thank you, ship.
Here's
Very
the
nice.
Ship-assist.
Thank you, ship. Very nice.
Ship-assists.
Oh, you get 1 free die for free, don't you?
Yeah, because of power of math.
Right. Yep, cool. 1,
Power
2,
of math.
3, 4, 5. 5 on 3 generates 2. And lo and behold,
Cool. Could I generate? I think.
you have 6 in the pool right now.
Yeah, I have 6 in the pool. Would you consider this a navigation related task?
I wouldn't say so, no.
Okay, fair enough. I will spend a momentum out of the pool to ask, does this ship match any of our prior contacts?
No.
Cool. S29 then.
To determine that, you need to make a roll. Control reason or con, assisted by computer con.
Cool. I'll do it. I'll spend a momentum for a 3rd die, just so I have it. I don't have a focus. Yeah, didn't need it.
Generate 1. Plus ship.
Alright, roll the ship. Why is that not rolling?
Because you're not hitting the button.
That would be why, yeah.
Wow.
Not a comp. Good.
Not a comp.
Yes,
Okay.
you can indeed. You actually notice upon further study, that is not Sierra 2-5. That is a different ship class.
Oh, it's a completely different ship silhouette.
Yep, the initial one made it look like the same, but further study indicates it's a different ship class entirely.
Is that bigger? Is that smaller? Is that...
Looks smaller. And there's 2 of them.
Oh,
looks-
it was like 2 two silhouettes that were close enough to each other that it looked like one big silhouette from a distance.
Yep, they both are scale 2, and they're right on top of each other, and they're matching their energy signature with the CR25 outlook, which masks them even further, because it really did throw you off. It is only because you tried to look into them further, you're like, wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
That's not right. The silhouette looks wrong. But the computer's fooled. The computer completely believed it. It took you sitting there going, that doesn't make sense, computer.
In which case, we'll designate those S29A and B.
We don't want to use a different designation for them.
We'll determine that they're... Oh, because they're not,
They're not They're not similar to CR25.
Hmm.
You can change it if you want.
Any suggestions, Fushi?
I guess it works. I don't have a better idea.
Yeah.
So I don't have a better idea. I'm just being unhelpful by going, is that idea a good idea though?
We can always change the designation later.
True.
Okay. Well, those are smaller ships. We might have a better chance at completely avoiding them. The only question is, can we plot a safe course through the subspace rift sector to hit the outpost? Because I think that's definitely the safer path.
Sometimes drifting into the eye of a storm leads to new roads, says Loon.
That's an interesting outlook.
A dangerous one, I will admit, but...
Yeah. It's certainly a path. I don't know if Starfleet will consider it a safe path.
Any safer than flying into the wings of raptors unseen? Well, I suppose they're seen now.
Perhaps not safer, but the risks are easier to tabulate.
Also, just making sure I'm understanding this correctly, GM, the subspace rift also affects sensor readings, doesn't it?
Yep.
It's going to be harder for them to notice us if we're traveling in the subspace rift.
Theoretically, yeah.
Between the nebula and the rift, our chances of getting through unseen are best if we utilize both spatial phenomenon at once.
Yeah, well, I'll co-sign a recommendation to the captain. I do have reservations, but I don't think they're professional quality reservations, more personal.
Well, at the very least, I should prepare the courses, to which Deco would like to try and plot a course through this subsector.
I will allow you to spend 2 momentum to increase the preliminary plotted course up by 1.
I will do that.
Because basically you're making your existing course better. You're like, by the way, I'm going to do some extra math on this. I know I didn't say I was going this way, but what if I went this way? The math gets a lot more complicated, but yeah, you can figure it out.
And then Deca goes, well, the power of math compels you.
The power of math compels you. Yeah. Another thing. I think really the best thing I can do right now is there are really two courses I can plot. There is the course that goes this way, and there's the course that goes this way.
I like the latter of those two courses better, I think.
Yeah, as do I. Because this way, yes, we have to navigate hazardous terrain, but that's something I can work around. Um,
Yeah, and that's
and
something you specifically are pretty good working
good
around.
at. Yeah, that's something I can work around, and also the threats are smaller.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're looking at two small fighter craft that are presumably not meant to go too far from the outpost itself.
Yeah.
Whereas these ships here, and we can presume probably here. Um, oh yeah, here's another. You know what? Here's another reason that I just thought of to go this way instead of this way. If we go this way and then get like caught,
Mm-hmm.
these guys will come in from the north. These guys will
Yeah.
come up from the south. Whoever's here will come in. We'll get hammered.
Very true, yeah.
Whereas if we go here and somehow get caught, then yeah, sure, these guys might come up, and these guys might come up, but these guys down here
Mm-hmm.
will have a
And
little
if they
bit
do
more
come up,
work.
they have to deal with the issue of the difficulty of entering that area of space as well.
Yeah,
Which, I mean, they might have ways to circumvent that since they do operate in there, but still
yeah,
might be a barrier.
yeah. It's this space right here is probably like one of the worst to go into tactically.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So we
Yeah.
have a as safe a route as we think we can manage. I think I think that's all of our mission directives.
You have not established that this area is safe for you to that your idea will work. You don't. You
Mm,
think it'll work. You don't know it'll
Ah.
work.
yeah.
Will we have to directly test that or run more calculations? Like what's
Um,
the impediment?
I would either need you to prove it, or you'd need to perform a scan of the danger of this subsector as well. Because that way you'd be able to determine, is there any weird anomaly right here that's in the way, like a minefield, a
Got it.
substation. You know what's here, but you
That
don't
makes
know
sense,
what's
yeah.
here. You know the station's there, but you don't know
I'm
what
willing to
else is
give.
there.
I'm willing
Yeah.
to give that a go.
Yeah, let's give that a go.
It's gonna be hard, but I
Ooh.
think I can pull it off.
All right, so
Mm-hmm.
3, 4, 5, I believe is the number. Reason plus science, difficulty 5, assisted by sensors plus science.
Which again, for me, I can make reason con, and I have one determination left.
I'm going to increase the difficulty by 1, difficulty 6, as there seems to be there's something in that sector that is baffling sensors, whether that's the space station itself or something about that bit of space. You're not entirely sure. Oh, I didn't have to spend that. You know how it gets worse? You're scanning not only just a nebula,
But 2 subsectors away?
not just distance. I calculated that already. You're also scanning it
Okay.
through the subspace rift.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Team navigator trait.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. State of the art starship on the Bonaventure.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. Is Loon able to help?
Yeah, it's a navigation thing. She can help you with that.
Cool. All right.
Note she never offers help. If you ask her
Yeah.
nothing, she will not say a word. If you ask her for help, she immediately
Yeah.
gives all the help she can give you.
It is funny.
Gotta remember. We just
Gotta remember. Yeah.
There's no. I will point out
veteran
she does.
sensor operators?
Yep.
Well, that's. Is that
That's ship
from
trait.
you? Oh, it's a ship trait. Jeez. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. I'm looking for anything else.
So I am going to. Okay, cool. Oh, this is great. So, I'm spending my determination to buy a die that rolls a 1. I get a free die from the power of math. I then spend 3 momentum to buy another die.
No, well, 2.
Hmm?
You got 1 die for free, and then you're getting a second die. So that's. Oh, you only spent 2 for that.
Yeah.
No, because I'm spending a determination.
Right. So one of your 2 dice gets set aside.
Yeah, they changed how spends work in 2E, remember?
Yeah.
Right, but then power of math gives me another die for free.
Right. So you have die 1, die 2. Those you always roll. And you're going. This one's just a 1. Spend determination. That one's just a 1 no matter what. This die is free. This die costs 2. This die costs 3.
Okay. So I'm rolling 3 dice.
Right.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Well,
And you're spending a total of 2 momentum.
Yeah.
Yep. Hazardous environments focus.
Yeah.
No shit.
Oh, shit. Boy. I'll re-roll that 0. I will re-roll it again because of the sensors.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then for the sensor, wow, that's so many successes. For the sensors themselves, sensors science, I presume, or is it sensors con?
Sensors con.
Right.
Actually, this should have been science. This should have been science. It's sensor science. He made it into con. He made his role into con, but the ship's still helping with its science.
And that's another 2? All right.
7. 7 on 3 means generate 4.
Actually, it's more than that. That 2 force because I spent
1,
determination.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9, 6.
Yeah.
Boop. That's a float.
Wild. And because it is a navigation roll, I also generate a bonus momentum because visit every star. This is what I do.
Sure is. This is the Deca episode.
Boop.
Slaps the roof.
They couldn't get any actors, but Olivia's actor, the person who does the voice for Deca. But then the script is just all Deca.
Slap the roof of Deca's box. This bad boy can fit so many navigation rolls in it.
Mm-hmm.
You notice that there is a minefield that surrounds that sector. That is very sparse because of the fact that, well, the between the rift and the nebula, sometimes the things get run into. There does seem to be one small gap.
Could I spend the 2 floating momentum that we've got to increase the size of that gap?
The gap. Oops, I actually I don't want to do it like this. That is the path of gaps. One that there seems to be a natural that's happening because the closer you get to the subspace rift, all this around it is just because of how deadly this rift is.
Mm-hmm.
This is just afterwake of this rift. So all the mines going this way basically get wiped out. So there is a sort of corridor that ends up this way, which they don't seem to care, because who's going to come from that direction? And there seems to be another one that comes from this way. What's up here isn't entirely clear. So in theory, you could...
Whoop.
You could go...
And then whoop.
Boop.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have to go boop
Yeah.
necessarily, but you could go, oh my god, so close. And just slip by. You're still in a ton of danger from this thing because you're getting really close to a subspace rift. Going near that thing at all will undoubtedly do damage to shields. Like there's no way around it. But it won't destroy you necessarily because you're not actually going into the rift. It's the difference between flying within the gravitational pull of a sun and flying into a sun.
Additionally, and then, Deca will consider and say, we'd have to ask Commander Bryn, but considering the ship's recent shield generation refit, our shields might be able to stand up to the strain. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
You notice rapid movement from the enemy ships. They're warping to your location and the location of the Sydney. Of the city of the Margaret Brook. Margaret Brook is going to evacuate. They are not staying around.
Mm-hmm.
Good idea.
What we're supposed to do. And we're not really supposed to stay around either, are we?
According to your mission objectives. Unless you have some suggestion for the captain he's really going to like, because you know he's going to hate running away.
Mm-hmm.
New scene, by the way, because of the new... As you hear a red alert alarm goes off.
Yeah.
Well, considering the nature of the subspace rift ahead, would it be possible to evade them?
Fly into the rift on purpose?
Yeah.
Daring plus con...
For clarity.
Opposed.
Into
The wing, not the actual eye.
the rift or the rift?
The larger area of the rift.
Okay.
So this is gonna be daring plus con opposed, assisted with engines con. You're rolling against these two because you're trying to go. You're trying to skip by them and disappear in the confusion. You have advantages like these things here that are helping you out. They seem to benefit from similar benefits. They're not the same as yours, but they seem to be very familiar with this bit of space. So it basically turns into an on traits, like big traits alone, you're even. Ship traits, you don't know. You don't know what their numbers are. And hell, I don't either. I have to look them up. I didn't know you're going to be covering these guys yet. I was like, oh, I have to look who these people are again. I know who they are, I just have to look at what their stats are.
Helm operations focus?
As long as you make that line go away, Violet, then yes. Violet, could you draw like another line somewhere? Because that your last line sticking on the board.
Oh, whoops. Hang on.
No, you're okay, you're okay. Violet was just being a troublemaker, as usual.
The strange thing is, whenever that happens, it is resolved by me drawing it again, but is not visible on my screen.
A keen navigator trait?
Yeah.
Cool. I'll take that.
Oh, shoot. I'm defender. You don't roll first. I do. Darn it. Because you're the one that made the jump. Dang it. Hold on. It's going to suck. I don't have the threat for this. I don't. Yeah, sure. We'll do this.
You've heard of GMs laughing maniacally. Now see players laughing maniacally.
I have special stuff that makes this easier. Sort of. Okay. Personal threat is only enough to buy me plus my threat. That is 4. That's not enough. I can only buy 2 dice, so I buy 2 dice because why not? Plus ship. You can't see these, sorry, but they're in the thing. 1, 2. I did roll 2 dice for the ship. I literally rolled d20s. I don't have to roll 2. 1.
You're so used to it.
2, 3. Oh, that's 3 hits. That's not bad. Can I re-roll any of this nonsense? 1 second. I have to check up how these things work again. I don't think I can
it'll
sit.
be like 3.
I think it's as good as it's gonna get, but I'm making sure that they did as well as they could have.
It'll be like 3 hits plus traits.
Yeah, cause the traits are it's evening things out. Yeah, like you have traits, they have traits. It's just that ship traits are not amazing. They have a couple that might help, but they're for very specific situations, and I don't know if they both apply or not. So I'm trying to figure it out. That's immaterial. It's nice, but it's immaterial. That doesn't apply either. No, 3 is the number. Your number to beat
That's
is
how many
difficulty
hits?
3. Oh, there's 2 of them. What am I doing? That's why I rolled 2, because there's 2 ships. Doi. Diff 4.
Okay, but that's what I have to hit. Diff 4.
Diff 4 is your number. Yep.
Okay, cool. I have no more determination, so I will give you 1 threat and all 5 of my momentum. I do get 1 reroll out of this.
You want to check ship traits before you roll?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
What do we have for traits? Traits. Oh, wow. Yeah, this is a lot. Well-drilled crew.
Yep.
The only other thing I could sell you on would be state-of-the-art. Oh,
Yep.
also, it's, hang on, well-drilled crew, veteran crew.
D2, yep.
Ooh.
Okay. We'll roll it. Here's the box.
Woohoo!
Plus ship's engines con. Just for comp check, honestly.
Engines. Con.
Plus 1 more.
Our ship has 4 nacelles. My box.
You literally blow past them in the fog as you do the unthinkable and fly into the rift at warp while they're flying out of it at warp, and you time it just perfectly that poof, the most they see is this weird geometric bend that could be simply dismissed to environmental. They don't know it was you. It's big, whatever it was, but you know what? The rift's pretty big too, so...
Yeah, and clearly the Starfleet ship is flying away.
Clearly, you scared them off.
So you move to this subsector. Where you plan to go now? Because you have to think quick, because they're gonna clue in you're not there anymore.
Yep. Time to follow that path we were gonna take. Bang around the edge of the subspace rift and in through the opening in the minefield.
I'm gonna eat 3 of your momentum because you had to move into that zone.
Mm-hmm.
You are short. You are short one.
Don't you have something that reduces the cost of like difficult terrain or something?
Ooh, do you? Check your sheet, please.
I thought you did, but maybe not.
Yeah, well, it depends on how we view some of this. Like one thing is, would you have considered that a navigation-related task? Because if so, I gain a bonus momentum.
I mean, yeah. So that probably would have been... You would have used at least one of those for that. Like, you would use your
so
bonus
I'd have
rather than the
clawed.
table one. The other thing is,
And
you have
then
a...
we got 4 nacelle stability from the Bonaventure.
That's what it is.
That's what reduces the cost.
Yeah.
I was like,
Just by one, so then more of one.
I was like, I knew there was something, but I didn't think it was on my sheet.
Yeah, there was a thing.
So you're gonna You're gonna recommend warping closer in secret up to the hostile outpost.
Yeah. Otherwise, those ships are going to turn back around on us.
Yeah.
Oops. The ship shudders. Alarms blaze. As the red alert is still on because you are still in some level of danger due to the environment, which is more of a blue alert, but you might be flying closer to a hostile area, nestling yourself within a minefield. So everyone's on emergency alert.
Ooh.
And actually, you know what? Sorry. I owe you one more roll. Daring plus con. Difficulty of... You've already spent the cost. You've mapped the area. I'm just going to call this a good old-fashioned diff 4. One for the nebula and... No. One for the... I'm going to make it diff 3. Just for the rift, because you're going through the weird part of the rift. Assisted by Engines Con. You can succeed at cost. Because warp is warp.
Wouldn't recommend it.
You know, hang on. Actually, I don't think you've actually rolled this time. Would you like Leketh to roll?
Sure, we can do that. You thinking for Leketh to lead or to be the...
Yeah, to lead.
Okay. And some Leketh. Sorry, find the sheet real quick. There we go.
Because then you can spend a determination.
Yeah. Checking. Would this count as combat maneuvers?
Or helm operation.
Combat maneuvers is arguable, yeah.
Oh. Daring. Con. When you attempt a task using daring or fitness, the first d20 purchase is free. So, up to 3 dice. And spend 2 threat for a 4th die. For bold.
Congratulations, you have realized the machine I built.
Yeah. And re-rolling one of those dice.
And then I'll roll the ship.
Yep. It's 4 successes, generated bonus momentum.
And Engines Con.
As well as an over momentum. We're getting 1 bonus from Divergent Physiology.
So you will be flying. You basically whip around. You go full on, and you try to minimize the amount of time you're anywhere near the rift. And everything in the ship's telling you you're being pulled this way, and then that way,
Yeah.
and then that way, and then that way, and then that way, and then that way, and that way, and that way too for some reason, and then that way, and it's like, no, ship, ignore that, go this way. But this way means that way. Shut up, ship, go this way. But you're looking at some damage coming at you, but you have a bonus momentum that needs to be resolved, plus you have some on the table as well, but the bonus has to be resolved or fizzle.
2. I'd like to spend the bonus and one more for the trait concealed approach. We will not be showing up immediately on the sensors of the station.
Concealed approach 1. And with my 4 threat as the final move, 3, 4. Some of this is just damage, and some of this increases it. Boop, boop. The ship suffers 3 piercing damage.
Oof.
Ooh.
So you
That's
burn
3 damage.
So you just peel off 3 shield points off.
Okay. Ugh. Painful, but acceptable within acceptable parameters.
Mm-hmm.
You hear the alarms going on above. You hear reports from the bridge. Loon looks at the two of you. As Ilithia, you're probably about to head off to medbay and make sure the civilian goes where she's supposed to go. And Dekka, you know you have to be on the bridge because the helmsperson would like the navigator, and the captain has wanted you up here about a turn ago. But you were busy with stuff up down here, so you're gonna have to race up with them. But Loon,
Hey, look who it is!
Hey, Gillick.
The Loon looks to Dekka and Ilithia and says, "Into a nest of uncertainty and treachery. Though I can tell you move unseen, you must know that these are people that the Folk Confederation have been evading for centuries. And they've gotten very good at looking for the unseen."
If Dekka could, they would
hand
go.
into the fire, as they say.
And any final thoughts for Ilithia or Dekka as they begin racing to their stations?
Nope, I got nothing particular.
I think that Dekka does feel a kind of echo of the feeling they felt before from Loon, from Ilithia. Now, oh my god, what kind of trouble are these kids getting into? Kind of.
And Loon's extra feeling is that...
pulls.
Yeah, the Loon says she has the same level of concern. She has no concern for her own safety. She's just concerned for you all. But that is it. That is all for now. For everyone watching out there, thank you very much for watching. For those of you playing, thank you very much for playing. And we'll see you again next time. Bye. Also, hi, Killick.
So, Captain, we may have taken the ship in to the outpost.
Belly of the beast.
Belly of the beast.
Yeah, fourth time was the charm on actually enjoying Baldur's Gate 3, so...
Ah.